This world is a prison. Abortion and euthanasia should be available to everybody apart from criminals who hurt people. They should be forced to slave away in this life and be suffering the demons of their mind and any remorse that they may have for their sickening actions and suffer until they die. They should be given the healthiest food in prison so they can live as long as possible locked up behind bars so that they can live with what they've done and suffer and realize that they're a piece of shit that should have been a failed abortion, and they can die when they're like 90 years old and make their death a slow and long one, as long as possible. But yeah, this video is kind of similar to my euthanasia video, but not just euthanasia should be available to everybody that's never hurt somebody physically or seriously in this world, but abortion should be available too. Because, look, here's the thing. Most people are not antinatalists, and they never will be, most likely. Antinatalism is kind of an underground movement, but it's obviously growing thanks to people doing outreach and spreading it, which is amazing. I support that. But there's so many people in this world, and even if they realized antinatalism, do you really think most of them would even agree with it? I doubt it, because human beings are selfish and self-centered and egotistical and narcissistic, and they get bored with life and they just want to have a little kid to play around with. Most of them would understand the points that antinatalism produces, like no consent. The child doesn't give their consent to have you, to force you to bring them into this world, and they're not in any pain or suffering right now. Most people would understand that, if not everybody, if you told them that. But a lot of them would still go ahead and have kids anyway because they're selfish and bored of life and they can't see outside their own perspective. And they would have kids just because they literally don't care. They might not say they don't care to your face if you told them, but they literally don't care if they know that those facts and they still have kids. They basically don't care. And that's a lot of people in this world. They just don't care about anything but themselves. They don't even care about saving their kids from pain and suffering. So how could you even consider them a genuine human being? They're not. They're fucking fake faggot ass human being, like a lot of humans in this world that don't stand for anything. And they might not want to bring other people down physically, but they do inflict harm on others, most notably their own offspring, by having them. But this is why abortion should be legal everywhere, because a lot of people are mistakes. Let's be honest. Alcohol plays a part in that, probably, and just people having a good time. A lot of pregnancies are unplanned. So abortion should be legal everywhere, because abortion is better than euthanasia, to be honest with you, because, at least in my opinion, because it prevents someone from having problems in the first place. I mean, what is it, like 28 weeks inside a mother? Like they say, a fetus becomes like a human being. We'll just abort it before 28 weeks. 28 weeks is a long time. That's a long time. That's like fucking 5, 6, I think it's like 7 months. You just abort it before that happens, and foster kids if you want to have kids, or just fucking get a cat and a dog. Why do you need to make another human being? So yeah, it's true, abortion is better than euthanasia, but it might be better than euthanasia, but the problem is people are not gonna stop having kids anytime soon, or probably ever, because they're dumb. So euthanasia, that should be more legalized and available for people than abortion, to be honest with you. Exactly, euthanasia should be everywhere. It should, because people won't stop having kids. They'll keep having kids for the stupidest reasons. I mean, even really smart people have kids. Do you really think that they think about these things that we think about when they're having kids, like what the kid could suffer for in life and the kid doesn't need anything? No, because smart people can still be selfish and they can still be ignorant. They just might have a PhD or something. I mean, a funny example of that is like Neil deGrasse Tyson. If you've ever like seen him on Joe Rogan's podcast, he's always interrupting Joe Rogan. He's a smart guy, but he's not very aware of other people when they're speaking, or he just doesn't care. And I bet he has kids. I don't know, but I bet that guy has kids. I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying that like smart people are not smart in every single way. They might be intellectually smart, but they're not emotionally smart or aware of other people's pain and perspective in life. So yeah, that's a good point I just raised before I went off on Neil deGrasse Tyson. Like, euthanasia should be available everywhere more so than abortion, because people are gonna keep having kids no matter what. No matter how bad the world gets, no matter how much pain people have gone through in life, they will still think it's a good idea to have kids, as stupid as they are. Lol. So that's why abortion should be available everywhere. I mean euthanasia. And I think euthanasia is getting legalized in places. I don't know, like Canada. This video isn't going to make a difference, but maybe I can talk. Maybe somebody can listen to this and, abort their kid. That would be good. But yeah, euthanasia is more needed in this world than abortion, because if you abort somebody, they don't need anything. Just abort them and then they're gone. That they're at peace forever, that person. But euthanasia is needed, man. I mean, there's 8 billion plus humans. Do you really think that there's been 8 billion plus abortions in this world? I doubt it, man. I doubt it. Most people who get pregnant end up giving birth. There probably hasn't been 8 billion abortions in the entire history of humanity. I mean, yeah, sometimes naturally women fail to have a kid, and that makes them really sad. I get it. But they're only sad because they're selfish and they've been brainwashed to think that having kids is a good idea. Like, yeah, that's the case. They've been brainwashed to think that having kids is the best thing ever. It's really just ignorance and selfishness, you see? Selfishness and ignorance is what having kids is all about. It's not loving. It's not love at all. It's more hatred, to be honest, because you're putting someone in situations that they didn't ask to be in. They didn't need to be in this life. And life puts people in terrible situations. Even if not life-threatening situations, life is just frustrating for a lot of human beings. And because life is unfair, is a game of like drawing the short stick. It is. Some people are just going to get a worse stick in this world. They're going to get a shorter stick, and you see all these videos of like on YouTube of these people with these conditions. Like I saw a video once of this guy who he was born with, I think, no limbs. I think he was just a body, like no arms, no legs, but where he had this little like stump of a foot, I think. I don't know, but he was a really positive person and he did like speeches around the world. But not everyone's going to be able to handle that. That's like a 1 in a million case. Do you really think if someone's born with like no limbs, they're going to be happy? Most likely not. That person is way more prone to suicide, So that person should have the right for fucking euthanasia. But are they going to get that right? In most cases, unfortunately, no. And abortion is better than euthanasia. Even showing from that example, because if they were aborted in the first place, they wouldn't have fucking had these problems, of not having any limbs and not being able to do things that normal people can do. Even normal people find life frustrating, people that are able-bodied, able-bodied, not mentally ill. Life is still hard for a lot of them, It's hard to get relationships, it's hard to get money, it's hard to control your emotions, because no one taught you these things. No one taught us these things in society, especially young men. No one taught young men how to get laid, how to control their emotions. This society is easier for women because women have easier lives than men, at least in the beginning, because women are hot when they're young, right? So they get all the attention. Everybody's nice to them. It's not the same thing for a guy because guys don't have anything going for them. So a lot of guys just are lonely out there, you know, can't, and it's really sad, man, you know. And a lot of them end up taking their own lives or they end up hurting other people. You know, it's a crisis in this world. You know, it's just that, I mean, that's one of the bad things of the internet age is that we're more lonely than ever, you know. But yeah, the thing is, men are being taught how to fucking deal with their problems in life because life is full of problems, especially for men, more so than women. So abortion is just better than euthanasia, you know? Some people are tired of life already at whatever age they're at. I mean, I'm 23, right? A lot of the time, I'm tired of life or I'm just frustrated. Yeah, I still find the strength to do things that I need to do. But a lot of people don't have that strength, so they should have the right to euthanasia, you know? I mean, maybe it's the easy way out, but are you just gonna keep someone in this life just to suffer that they never asked to be in the first place? No, that's just cruel, man. That's definitely worse than giving them an option out. And abortion is better because they wouldn't have had problems in the first place. Exactly. Um, and I think most people in the world are against abortion, but do you really think that that's their personal fault? Do you really think they thought about that by themselves? No, they probably just brainwashed into thinking that way by family or friends or society. They don't think for themselves, especially women. Women don't think for themselves even more so than men. I mean, I'm not just picking on women here. Men, a lot of guys don't think for themselves either, but you know, women are more prone to social conformity, you know, and fitting in because they need to fit in because it's just evolution, you know, they need to fit in for their survival, you know, because if a woman has a child, she needs the support of the social group to care for her child and herself mentally, you know, whereas a guy's evolutionary function is to go out there and get the resources, you know, like in today's age, that's basically go out and get the money, you know, to care for the woman and the child, whereas a woman's role is to nurture the child, give it the emotional needs it needs, and have a social group for the child and for herself, you know? That's just evolution. Even though I'm against procreation, that's just the way human beings are. So that's why women are more prone to being in groups and doing the same dumb things that all their friends do, whether it be posting TikToks or following stupid social media trends or dressing the same way, acting the same way, talking the same way, you know? Uh, they don't say any of that shit because they believe in it. They say it because they need to socially conform. I learned a lot of this stuff from Coach Red Pill, aka Gonzalo Lira, rest in peace, you know? He was a smart guy as well, and he fucking was against abortion and he had 2 kids and now he's dead. You know, so his kids are gonna grow up without a father now, which is sad, you know. I'm pretty sure both of his kids are younger than 10, so that's pretty sad, man. You know, I had nothing against him, but obviously I didn't agree with the fact that he always used to say you should have children, they'll make you happy, you know. And he used to brag about the fact that he could get a girl pregnant. He said it felt good, you know, or something like that. I disagree with that, obviously, but you know, I don't want to disrespect Coach Red Pill. So rest in peace to him. But you know, I'm just kind of going off on this video. But yeah, the main point is, from everything I've said, abortion and euthanasia should be available to everybody, especially. Oh, man, both of them are just so fucking important, man. But euthanasia is probably the one that needs to be more prevalent in society and in this world because people are going to have kids no matter what, and people should be able to leave this world when they want to, as long as they haven't hurt anybody. I mean, why would you keep someone here against their will? You know, look, I'm here against my will. I'm 23, right? And I know that I'm going to have to work a job. I haven't worked a job in years, and I know that I'm going to have to do that at some point sooner or later, and it's going to fucking suck. And I really don't want to do that, but like, I'm going to have to because I'm going to have to slave away in this world. If I had euthanasia, would I take it now? No, but you know, I'd be happier knowing that I can leave this life whenever I want. So basically, I would take more pleasure in life because I know that I can get out of here whenever I want. You know, I wish I had euthanasia by my side. You know, it's too late for the abortion, so give me the euthanasia by my side. You know, we didn't have a choice to come into this world. Our parents took that choice away from us, you know? And we didn't need the choice in the first place. They should have just kept us where we were, where we didn't need any choices. We didn't need any good or bad. But they violated our peace, and they brought us into this crazy fucked up world. So we should have the choice to get out of here, you know? And people who disagree with fucking euthanasia, they're fucking pieces of shit, man. Fuck them. Because they want to keep us trapped in this world that we never asked to be in. You know, that's just evil, man. What the fuck is so good in this world that you want to be trapped here? You know? I mean, I want to keep on living. Don't get me wrong. Personally, I'm not suicidal in any way, okay? But I know that this world is a fucking trap. Like they say, it's a prison planet. I'm trapped here. I'm trapped in my body. I wouldn't be trapped if I had euthanasia by my side, because then I can go whenever I want, you know? It's not like there's an opposite to that. It's not like there's a better place in this world. No, you're just born here and then you die and then there's nothing. At least that's what I believe. If you're religious, nothing against you, but I don't believe that. But you're in this world and then you die and then that's it. You don't exist anymore. You die and then your body eventually decays and bye-bye, that's it forever. And we didn't have the choice to go through any of this life experience, so we should have the choice to get out of here. So fuck the people who are against euthanasia. What the fuck is wrong with them, man? Those people must have had fucking excellent lives, you know? How could you have a terrible life and be against euthanasia, or go through terrible things and think that life is worth keeping someone trapped here because of the hope that it might get better? Hope kills, man, you know? There's a saying, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. That's a very smart saying. I mean, I don't really hope for things. I don't hope for people to get better. I don't hope for the world to get better. I never hope for that. I just hope that my individual life can get better, you know? At least, you know, that I can get laid, that I can do the things that I want to do, that I can overcome my mind and all the bullshit that it spouts. That's all I hope for. I hope for myself. I don't hope for anybody else because it's not in my control. It's not in my control, and it's nothing to do with me. But yeah, you shouldn't hope for life to get better, at least outside of yourself. So what I'm saying here is right now, fuck the people that are against euthanasia because they want to keep you trapped in this life. Because we're already trapped in this life. We wouldn't be trapped if we had euthanasia whenever we wanted, you know? I mean, I probably said this before, but can you imagine if euthanasia was available everywhere? Can you imagine how many people would get it? And people that are not, like, in chronic pain or even mental disorders, like people that are just tired of life. Can you imagine how many of those people would decide to get out of this life? At least, like, probably a 5-6 digit number, to be honest with you. Yeah, because life is tiring. I wouldn't take it immediately, but I would take it, you know, it would be very freeing, basically. I'd be able to get out of here whenever I want. But that's not the case. I'm stuck in this life like almost everybody else on this planet. And I have to deal with whatever I have to deal with. And I can't really live life to the fullest because I know that I'm trapped here, you know? Who knows how long? You don't know when you're going to die. And whenever you do die, it's probably going to be in a painful way. It's not going to be quick and painless like euthanasia, you know? So I really, one final point, I don't know if I said this in the video before, but I'm not sure which one is more important, abortion or euthanasia. Because, I mean, I think I said that euthanasia needs to be available everywhere, more so than abortion, because people are going to have kids no matter what. But abortion is probably better, to be honest, because then there's no problems at all in the first place. That prevents every problem from ever happening. But I'd say euthanasia is well, not much, but it's probably more likely than abortion to be legalized around the world, because people are just so against abortion for some reason. They think that having a kid is a beautiful thing when it's the terrible thing. It's the worst thing ever. Yeah, I'd say more people are open to euthanasia than abortion. That's what I'd say. But you know what? They're basically the same thing. The only difference is someone who exists needs euthanasia, and someone, well, not someone who doesn't exist, but someone who isn't conscious, you know? A fetus can exist and be aborted, but they don't have any consciousness, so they probably don't have any pain or suffering because you're taking that away from them, which is a good thing, you know. Is it a good thing to take away pain and suffering from somebody? Yes, it is. Even if you take away the good things, because then they don't exist. But a fetus is not conscious, so they can be aborted. But yeah, they're basically the same thing. Abortion and euthanasia. They're putting an end to people's misery, you know? Yeah, they are. Abortion and euthanasia are putting an end to people's problems. That's why they're amazing things, man. And that's why they need to be available to almost everybody in this world, you know, apart from the criminal scum. Apart from them. Apart from them, everybody deserves abortion and euthanasia. A&D. A&D, abortion and euthanasia. In the UK, like hospitals, like they're called A&E, like accident and emergency. But it really should be abortion and euthanasia. There should be abortion and euthanasia hospitals, like everywhere. Exactly, they should be in the fucking same block, you know? Abortion on one wing and euthanasia on the other wing. In one sector of the building, we got people not coming into this world. They'll never have any problems. Yay! Yay! Amazing. They'll never have any problems. And in the other sector of the building, we're taking people's misery away from them. We're giving them peace. Yay! Yay! That's amazing, ain't it? Yeah, man. That sounds like a beautiful world to me, man, because it's taking people out of this world, or keeping them out of this world in the first place, because this world is a terrible place. You know, it's full of problems and pain and suffering. Abortion and euthanasia prevent people's pain and suffering. Yes, they do. So, I want to be euthanized whenever I die, and I hope you do too.